Hello, everyone. So, as said, I'm CEO and co-founder of Harbour DAO. Um, Harbors are usually a place where boats come to get shelter. They're where vessels park. They have structures to protect them, and we're trying to do the same thing with people who are trying to get onto the blockchain and get into different ICOs, try and diversify into different tokens, and we want to offer this option to holders as well. So what we do, or what we've coined, we call decentralized autonomous token array. That means Harbour is pretty much a framework around practically a wallet, and everyone who owns one of our tokens is allowed to vote on the composition of our wallet. So if you have a token, or if you have Harbour tokens, you're allowed to propose that new tokens are bought. You're allowed to propose that old tokens are sold, or you're allowed to propose, for example, that we should contribute in a new ICO. All you have to do then is you have to get enough votes, and if the entire, or if the majority of our DAO agrees with you, then automatically this system will buy those new tokens or will sell those new tokens. Everything we're building is based on smart contracts, so we want to build it fully decentralized. It's going to be fully transparent. So yeah, one of the benefits of this as well is that there is no middleman. Our goal is to eliminate ourselves from the project. So what we're doing here is we're building a framework, and if it works at one point, then we can let it out into the wild and it will run itself. So as we pointed out, democracy, that's one of the most important aspects of our project. We're trying to make sure that uh, we listen to what our holders are. So we want to have a very uh, big community where we can depend on them to make proposals, to vote, so that we can get the best structures or get the best compositions which our user think will give them the best returns from the various tokens they bought. Another thing, as said, is autonomy. So the users really have full control. They can change how the DAO works. They can change, for example, attributes of the DAO, like the minimum quorum, how many people need a vote, what the voting structure looks like. So we're also working on achieving that. So we know that this is a very ambitious project, but we're working from the bottom up to try and build this. So yeah. Transparent, as I said, we're working on building something that is fully transparent. So all our transactions will be saved on the blockchain. Everything that is done will be saved on the blockchain. Uh, Currently, we have a problem with centralized exchanges. There are decentralized exchanges. They just don't have enough liquidity for us to do this. So what we're doing is we're building a system that allows us to connect to centralized exchanges, but that will also be fully transparent so that our holders can really verify that what was done was what the holders wanted to be done. Yeah. Power to the people. As I said, the entire goal of this DAO is for the people to be in full control of what happens with it. At one point, we really want to take a step back and we want to see where we can go with this. So this is really an experiment on if we can utilize the crowd to make the best decisions possible. Harbour is betting on community. We know, as was stated multiple times already today, that for projects like this to work, community is very important. So we're working on building a very big community where we are active on our Slack channels, and we want to get more and more people interested into this project and passionate about this project, so that they really do proposals, that they vote on proposals, and that they tell their friends about it. Because when we can expand our community, we can make sure our project runs better than before. One of the other projects that we're working on in Harbour is a project called Adfero. What Adfero is going to be, or what our goal is with Adfero, is due diligence for ICOs. We want to do that decentralized. So how we do that is something we call proof of verification. What happens here is there are signing authorities, which people submit documents for various ICOs, like addresses, etc. Signing authorities then sign these documents to make sure that they're right, and you get rewards for them. Reliable information is rewarded with validation points, so which will entitle you to some of the payouts that we get for some of the fees from this system. We reward participants for valid validations, which are then validated by other validators in the entire system. We have penalties for non-participating validators so that we can ensure that all of our validators are active in proving the information that we have in our system. And we want to make sure that our system really has the best information. So we're working on incorporating things like more than 75% need to validate a document for it to be considered fully valid by our system. Another system that we're going to be building with Adfero is ICO contributions. This is also a smart contract which enables people to pool their money together into one smart contract, or all their ETH into one smart contract, so that we can then send that single transaction, because as we've all seen with some of the ICOs, they clog up the network. And like this, we can send basically one transaction, and then once the ICO is done and all the tokens have been sent back to that smart contract, we can then distribute it to the people who wanted to invest. Our planned ICO is on the 1st of August, 2017. We will be doing our ICO in various stages. So we'll have a first initial stage where we will be raising the amount of money we really need to build. And then in probably around 6 months' time, we will be raising more money to continue and continue. So we believe instead of raising all of it in one go, we're going to be working through stages, as was mentioned this morning by a lot of the people on some of these panels. If you're interested in our project, make sure to go on harbour.tokenit.io. You'll find a lot more information there. We're always working on improving our information there. We're always working on iterating through some of the stuff we have there. So yeah, thank you for listening.